Okay, we're ready to go. All right, welcome everyone to the
WerePanda
Podcast.
This is Alan
and Aaron
and Levi.
I don't know
that
why.
is it.
How did that work this time?
Well, I don't know why I always have to say "and" because I'm not like the last person.
As you can probably hear, Daniel is not here today.
Where is that guy anyway?
He has ditched us for a lady.
Oh,
you know,
man,
he's now got that ball and chain on him, and
game over.
Yeah, game over, man.
He's of the female persuasion.
You know, that the worst life sentence there is. So no, he's on his honeymoon. I think he's in Vegas right now, but he'll be going to California as well.
Well, as per his orders, he told us to work,
and
he was having fun,
and we are working.
So we decided, we decided we would work without him, no matter how fun it was.
Just kidding. We love him. The wedding was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I
will be discussing it more when he's here.
Yeah, just so he doesn't feel left out. He seems like the type of person that would get mad if we talked about it.
He seems like the kind of person who'd be mad if we left him out of something.
Yeah. There was I don't know if it's still, probably not, but like in high school, I was so bad at like I don't know what the thing about being tickled is, but you didn't even have to tickle me. You would just have to like make the motions of like you're about to tickle me. And I would just be like, no, stop.
You say that no longer is the case?
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure?
Yeah.
I'm not going to test it. Yeah, but you gotta let us know if that is still the case.
Go find a stranger to be like,
hey, sir.
Tickle me.
You don't really have to touch me. Just do the motions in front of me. And Stop it.
Okay, dang it. It's ruined. Get out of here, sir.
And, like, is that just, like, because you're so anxious about being touched? Or what makes
I don't understand.
What makes you ticklish?
What's the tickle? What's really happening?
Psychology major?
Major? Oh, my t-shirt
What's
would have
happening
been
to
great.
my brain?
Did you guys get a chance to see my new t-shirt? Sorry, quick side note. No. It's a psychology thing, and we'll go back to the tickling one. It says, I'm a psychology major, so in order to save time, let's just assume I'm always right, and I butchered that. Did you guys see that one? I'm going to start wearing that all the time. I love it.
I love, like, that we were podcasting for this, but you've been, like, screwing up your words.
What was it? Jennifer Conference?
Yeah, psychology.
Psychology?
Yeah, I'm trying to talk too fast, and so, like, I'm mixing words.
Psychology and cottage cheese.
I think it's just like your body kind of is preparing you to being touched and everything, so it's like automatic response when someone's doing that. So you're like you know it's gonna happen. So if your body, so if your body does it before it actually happens, when it happens, it's not as like alarming. So like if you start laughing and feeling tickled, it's more slight when your body does it, and then when someone actually does it, it's not as bad.
It's weird though, because you can train yourself not to be ticklish. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing?
Like every day someone's tickling you, and it's just like
you're just like, yeah, that
you gotta endure it. One day it's 5 seconds.
You could even just convince yourself it's not ticklish. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy. Weird. Well, so I
tell that to 5-year-old me.
Well, no, even 5-year-olds. Okay, so this is a cool story. So like, so Azure has been having nightmares recently.
Oh, cool story. You're a terrible person.
No, that's not the cool part. And like, Kylie and Daniel had tried.
It's me.
No, Daniel and Kylie had tried giving her a flashlight that they said if she turns it on, it'll kill all the monsters in her room and everything. And it worked for a little bit, but the problem is that it didn't prevent her from waking up. It just helped her once she had woken up. And so instead, I gave Kylie my old dream catcher and had Kylie tell Azure that this dream catcher will catch all the bad dreams, and as long as she has it, she will have no bad dreams. she's actually been having less bad dreams because her mind believes it so well.
Yeah.
Thoroughly. It's so awesome.
Yeah, on that, Mom was saying that, like, it broke or something, and then she gave her, like, what she used to give us as children, like, the little, like, she'd call them courage pills, but they're, like, just the little...
Good and Plenty?
Good and Plenty, like, licorice, like, candy things that look like pills, and they're like, this is a courage pill, you take it, and then, you know, like...
I always thought it was just called courage. Like,
so did I.
I didn't realize she meant, like, this would give us courage if we ate it,
like,
so I was like... I never felt any better.
Can I get the courage candy? Because I literally did think it was courage.
Just called courage, right?
It's courage too.
That's kind of funny.
But yeah, and no, it's weird. But isn't that like everyone has bad dreams, right?
Yeah.
But, like a lot of the times when you're watching like CIS or whatever, when they're having bad dreams, it's like something vicious going on. I don't know. I'm crossing a line here. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like you know, like the kid's having bad dreams and he's drawing like weird stuff, and you're like, someone touching you.
Well, it depends on the kind of bad dreams. So, like, Azur's been having dreams that Kylie is go away and never come back because she's going on. She went on the honeymoon. So, like, these are like legitimate bad dreams that are based on real fears that she has in real life. And so, like, once that's done and Kylie comes back, things will probably be a little better. But even still, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm so mad at my brain because there's times where I do get to, like, dream, and while I'm dreaming, I'm like, okay, I need to remember this when I wake up. And then as I wake up, and the more I'm waking up, the less I'm remembering the dream, to where it's a point where I'm just like, I know I had a dream.
That was cool.
What was it? And it was cool. There was one, I know, all I can remember, it was just about superheroes, but that's it. But it was so cool.
That's why people always recommend keeping, like, a dream journal.
I know, but I never know when it's going to happen.
And it's
it's very, like, low, and so I don't want to, like, keep a dream journal for the off chance.
And then the thing that happens to me is that, so I've discussed it before, that I remember my dream right before I wake up from my first alarm clock, and then I'm able to hit the snooze and go right back into the dream and just keep it going until I'm late for work. So I don't have time to write that in my dream journal. But I do remember that I had a dream in the last couple of days that mixed our Dungeons and Dragons experience with, like, Destiny or another video game. And it was awesome. It was an awesome dream because it was, like, real, but it was also, like, being a DM of your own dream.
So you're allowed. I'll allow it. It's like, okay, so you're gonna you want to jump off of this cliff?
There's like this screen
roll
prompt.
check.
Device.
I'll
allow it.
We can see that. I've been loving our Dungeons and Dragons games.
Yeah.
Like, we've been doing some really crazy stuff, and for those who've probably played Dungeons and Dragons, the stuff we've done might not seem like outlandish to you, but like for us just starting it, like we've done some really awesome things in our eyes.
Yeah, because like, you know, in any other game there's like restrictions, but there's still restrictions in this game, but it's not as many because you're just using human thought, and so it's not to a computer. It's not predefined, and so you just it's kind of up to the DM a lot of the time to just settle what happens, but that's part of like the rules too. It's just like DM has like final say over certain things and how things plays out.
Pretty cool. The fact that we like, it's funny that we're kind of like the Dungeons and Dragons type people.
Yeah.
At least how I'd been my whole high school life and past it. It's like it's surprising that only 2 weeks ago I finally started doing that.
Yeah, seriously.
But I've always put a negative connotation to Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, I never put a negative connotation. I just never took the time to learn because I didn't have anyone who was like. There had been a couple times where I actually had made a character sheet and everything, but we never got into it. Like, the person who was supposed to be the DM never really did anything. And so that's a big problem. Like, you can put all this work into putting together a character sheet, but if the DM you have isn't worth their grain and salt, you know.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing too. It's just that it requires a lot of people who are usually like unsociable to be rather sociable.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Put together this group to meet and play the game, and so you got to know a lot of people who have the same interests and put it, and then like at least one person has to be the DM, so they have to like read and study up all the material and kind of know what everything does, so they can make educated decisions. Yeah,
And that's difficult, by the way, keeping up with everything that needs to happen. Because I figured to myself, I know, I would know
basic.
2 dungeons,
Uh-huh.
2 full dungeons. I expected you guys to do something first and then go to something second. And even once we finally basically finished the first dungeon, I was like, oh my gosh, I was not as prepared as I thought I would be for this.
Yeah.
It's like, I need to know this whole book. And it's like, ugh.
You need to memorize it. Yeah.
And all those rooms that we had, every place gets bigger.
Yeah, no kidding. So, like,
It's
that
like-
first banner was the smallest one of them all.
No, the hideout's the smallest.
The goblin hideout.
Yeah.
So, technically, that's where we should have gone first.
Yeah.
Oh. So we
that's
probably.
why I kind of want to go back there just to earn some experience, you know.
Oh, so it's going to be a lot easier to do the goblin hideout.
We'll see.
We'll see. Who knows?
He might add more creatures.
There's no Nothic there, so we don't have to worry about
Yeah,
that.
That's a creature
What was
that
I
we had
calling
read
it?
about.
A Novik or
Novik
a
or
Novak?
Novak.
Yeah,
That's
Novak.
That was just a creature in one of our things. For anyone who does not like D&D, I hope you've enjoyed this last 5 minutes because it's pretty good.
That kind of I guess this doesn't really remind me of it, but I was thinking about this earlier today, and I wanted to mention it or talk about it. So, I started reading.
What? You started reading what?
I started reading a book recently called Steelheart, and it's a pretty interesting kind of concept. So, I feel like I've mentioned this before, but Brandon Sanderson is probably like my favorite author right now because of the way he writes his
Jim Butcher?
fantasy. Jim Butcher second.
Oh, please.
I like Jim Butcher's
Wow.
I like Jim Butcher's character development a ton, but Brandon Sanderson, the way he creates his universes
Whoa.
are amazing.
This is quite the handoff that you're
know.
putting him on a pedestal right now, and I haven't read his books yet, so if you don't come through for me.
Okay, well, if he doesn't come through for you, like, I've met a lot of people who have read Jim Butcher and Brandon Sanderson books, and every one of them,
Huh.
Brandon Sanderson, I'm putting him on a pedestal,
All right.
but it's justified. He wasn't chosen to finish the Wheel of Time series for no reason, you know. There's a reason he was chosen. Anyways, so yeah, Steelheart is his kind of foray into the young adult fiction area, because most of his books are really like high fantasy books. And so this one, in it, what happens is there's this meteor that kind of, or comet or something, that kind of comes and it's like that big thing in Destiny, you know, that big ball.
Guardian?
The Guardian. So it's something like that comes and
No,
it's
that's
like
the
floating.
Traveler.
Oh, the Traveler.
The Traveler.
What's
That's
the Guardian?
like...
You're the
You're
Guardian.
a guardian.
The Traveler.
The
I'm
Traveler.
sorry.
So it's something that's kind of floating outside the Earth, and when that happens, people start getting like supernatural powers, like superhero powers and everything.
That would be in a young adult fiction.
Right? And these people are called epics because they have epic power. And you, in
That's epic.
So how does
This-
that saying go with epic power?
because epic
Epic
responsibility.
responsibility.
Yeah, no, and that's a great segue into what's going on, because like all the superhero movies in the world and like everything has always told us that when people gain great power, most of them will, or at least some of them will use that power for good. But what's different about this book is that all of them go batshit crazy with power, and they just take over everything. Like Steelheart is the first book, and what that's about an epic named Steelheart who takes over the entire city of Chicago and turns the entire city of Chicago into steel. and then becomes the Emperor of Chicago. And it's up to these regular people to take down these epics, and they have to find their weakness and then take them down. And so it's about normal people.
That's a cool twist,
right? Taking on these people with tremendous power because no one else is willing to do it. What's funny though is that the world powers decide that epics are natural forces like a hurricane or tornado, so you can't do anything to stop them. So the military won't do anything, police won't do anything, no one will do anything. They're just like
the world
there's
forces.
nothing we can do about it, so whatever they want is theirs. And so I just barely started it, and so far it's actually started off really amazing because you have the prologue, which is just kind of an origin story type thing, and then the first chapter goes right into action right away. So
what do you think? Do you think that the power itself is corrupting them? The thing that's giving them the power corrupts them? Or
that's a good question.
Or is it only giving power to people who will be corrupted?
It could be either of those because no one knows how the epics are chosen. No one knows what exactly happens when people get the powers. All they know is that most of the people with powers just kind of fight each other for power in certain territories, and it becomes all territorial fighting. But Steelheart gains all of Chicago because he's basically invincible. But the main character of the book has seen him bleed once, and so that's the prince. That's right.
Never show someone that you can bleed.
Exactly, and so he
you guys
knows
have never
he
seen
has
me bleed before, right?
I've seen you bleed before.
Shut up. You've never
the
seen.
sword.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Dang it. Weakness. See.
Weakness. Yeah. So
Levi is weak against swords.
But it makes you really think. Do you guys really
Just
think
gold medal.
that if something like that happened where people started gaining powers throughout the world, do you think half would become good, half would become evil, or even some would become good? Or do you think all of them would use that power for evil?
I know I'd get corrupt eventually. It's just who I am. I would get bored eventually, and just I would hold it over people as
Well, I would get corrupt too, but I would use that. What I would do is instead of just being a force for good for no gain, I would go against those who are evil and take all their stuff. So AIG or those big companies, if they're causing issues, I'd go to their CEOs and I'd shake them down for all they're worth, and then probably
I think that there would be a majority bad, a few good, and a few that would eventually be so many bad people and I'm the only good person, screw that and join them. And only have the very rare few that actually stay good.
Yeah.
And then others that are actually good, but to their own benefit.
I would just be chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral.
I would go either way, and I would just
the powers apparently go from really, really big ones to really small ones. Steelheart is pretty much invincible, can control elements, and can turn large areas into steel.
Oh, really? Oh, I had no idea.
Right?
With him turning Chicago? I had no idea.
Well, no, but you don't know how he does that. I just was mentioning it. But then there's one person who could see a few minutes into his future every once in a while type thing. So he can kind of, if someone's thinking about doing something to him, he can see that future.
Every once in a while.
Whenever
that guy's going to rape me.
No, whenever it's something that's going to directly affect him, he can see it.
Okay.
I think
that would end up
being
that would. No, and then there's another guy who apparently his power is that no matter how many bullets are in his clip, he never runs out of bullets.
Huh.
I don't know how that works, but
no matter how many bullets are in his clip, he never runs out of bullets.
Yeah,
if there's 0 bullets in his clip,
he still has infinite bullets.
So he just
but then there's bullets in his clip.
It's hard to explain it. So basically, he has unlimited bullets.
I know, but
I don't think
if there's
the way I said it, I don't think is how they said it. That's my thing. But basically,
what about grenades? No more.
No more effing grenades.
That one's a random one. That's a Halo 3 reference.
Mm-hmm.
Someone would say that all the time. He'd probably spawn, throw his 2 grenades, and be like, no more effing grenades every time. And it was the funniest thing.
I thought it was because he didn't want people to use grenades anymore.
Oh, I thought it was because he was always out. And so
I
every
thought it
time I
was-
was out, I would say that. I was like, ah!
I thought it was just like people would keep throwing grenades and he'd keep dying and he'd be like, no more effing grenades.
But it'd be so calm about it, so it would only make sense that he's the one trying to throw it. Could you imagine if it would still waste that action to throw it while you don't have it and you just like throw nothing? But your arm goes away and you're no longer shooting. It's like, ah, dang it, what a waste.
Actually, that would be a really good idea
Yeah.
because then it would help people not just just constantly be pressing the throw grenade button and everything. Like if they were shooting and then they throw it and there's nothing there.
They would just like throw confetti.
A rock. A rock.
A rock. That would be
It's like,
awesome.
sweet, got right in the middle of them. Why isn't it exploding? Oh, it's a rock.
It was a rock.
It's like he actually like just to be a big F you to people that do that. You're like running down, and then he actually stops, picks up a rock,
Throws it.
It's like, ah, dang it, I was out.
Jams the gun.
You start disassembling your gun.
Cleaning it.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Those are some cool powers. Sounds like a cool book.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep reading.
Yeah, I want a character that's like, if we like for D&D, like I could start him out as lawful good, and then just I want to like do like the more levels he gains, the more he goes.
The
to
more
like,
evil and corrupt he
to
gets.
chaotic evil. And so we start off as friends, and then like about level 10, I'm just kind of neutral and making like these weird decisions that you're like,
Why would you do
yeah,
that?
he's never started. I thought he was like really good, and then by level 20, I'm just like,
You're just evil to be evil. And
Wouldn't we notice these things though?
yeah.
like,
Is there anything that we would be able to do to help like steer you away from that moving towards that?
That doesn't.
not if I don't watch.
Yeah, that
it.
doesn't end up being a DM's decision. That is the character.
No, but like say you're about to die and everything and we save you, you're still gonna move towards
Probably.
like, evil.
Yeah.
Isn't that the most epic betrayal?
Yeah,
Oh,
so now I'm
oh,
worried.
Oh no, I'm not saying with this character. I'm just saying with
okay.
a character. Like, what if so you're playing like this campaign or whatever, right? And what if you guys like get to like level 20, but like one guy like was like real like was evil in his thing, and then he like kills you both, and then just like ends up being like part of the campaign, like his character. He just starts amassing like a kingdom of evil. And you guys have to start back at level 1, and so now not only do you have to like kill this dragon, but like if you want to like
We have to
challenge
defeat
him,
you as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, you gotta challenge like this evil guy, and so he can like do stuff while you guys are questing, and you would be like separated, so he doesn't know what you guys. Maybe you would meet at one point or something.
That would be awesomely epic.
That would be
but
very
difficult.
time consuming.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
and
I know.
difficult. If I had to start over a character because you betrayed me, I would be like, I'm done playing this game. I hate you, Aaron. You
I wonder
ruined
if that's-
it for me.
ruined it for everyone.
I wonder if that ever happens to anyone that has a character that they've been having for a while, and then that character literally dies, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to start a new character." Like, screw it, I'm done with this game.
Probably.
This was just the motivation I needed to get alive.
Oh, man. I need to go home to my girlfriend. She's probably left me by
I
now.
must go home
Yeah.
and rethink my life. I want to. That's what he.
It's like the episodes of Hoarders. He just goes home and there's like 10 dead cats like in
Ew.
his house.
When did this happen? He looks in the mirror. He's got a
Yeah,
huge
he's got a
beard. He's
huge
like,
beard.
what happened to me?
What have I been doing for the past 15 years?
No, he looks at the newspaper. 2014? What? It was 1998 last I saw.
Yeah. That could be a movie, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
The
I think that was Adam Sandler's movie Click, though.
After.
light.
Except for it's not D&D, but it makes
Yeah,
sense.
It's marriage.
Practically
It's
like-
marriage.
Marriage is like your own D&D, but there's only
The
two
wife is
players
the DM.
and
I
just-
won't allow it.
Dad has to deal
And a
with that
lot
now.
less sex.
I didn't know there was sex in D&D.
I'm sure you
We haven't
could if
seen-
you wanted to.
I was hoping this conversation would never. I'm not ever gonna allow.
like
it, guys.
Community with the guy. What's her name? Vegas ends up being
Hector the Well Endowed.
Hector the
Well endowed, that's right. That show is awesome.
See, it's a natural part of the game, Levi. So if it
No,
comes
what?
up, if it comes up,
I'll make sure it goes back down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
what if we
He's
get
like,
to a point
with
where
my mouth.
Ah.
well, if we get to a point where there's like this evil lady who
Who like really likes me. Or something.
really likes or
Looks like you all are gonna die.
it's like,
Unless you want
let me
something
take
like
her
that
into
to happen.
the stable.
Or, when I'll get you guys surrounded by bugbears and be like, the only way out of this is if you let us all rape you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
You didn't expect that, did you?
if we
There's no sweet talking your way out of this one.
If
That's
we-
a level 30 roll.
Oh, damn it.
if we're gonna go for realism here, I'm pretty sure that's not realistic. But
we don't know what bugbears are.
okay, if that seems realistic to you as the DM, then I will allow it.
It's like
As long as you let the
it's
realm
like
of everything
actually
possible.
back there in like the enemy stat block. Bugbears might be enticed to leave their victims alone if they submit.
That would be pretty sad. The sad thing would be for you, since you're a halfling, and you probably couldn't accept the size.
Okay, this has gotten really weird.
Yeah.
To start it off with just harmless fun
Yeah,
with the
and then you
actual
said
female of a
About
different species, and now it's gone to bugbears raping you.
yeah, speaking about sex and halflings, like I was
What?
yeah. I was going to Vegas with my friends.
Oh.
And we were just getting into Vegas and we saw the welcome to Vegas sign. And then right after, there was another sign that just said, help end child prostitution. And so we were like, why would they put those two signs so closely together? Because now whenever I go, I'm just going to correlate it with like, there's an abundance of child prostitution around here, apparently.
I am going to help stop it.
Yeah,
So they
Halflings
changed
and
the
sex.
placement.
That's where you came to with halflings.
That's
and
why I
sex.
laughed.
halflings are very small. Like I would assume child prostitutes.
Oh my word.
That's horrible.
That is kind of too bad. Like that's a
bad.
surprising billboard to see.
Yeah, and it just
'cause-
said it. Like I don't even know how it was saying help stop it. Like I guess just don't
don't
have
engage
sex
in
with
it.
Yeah.
child prostitutes because that's a problem, I guess.
Why don't we stop the people that hire them?
Yeah, there was a lot of signs in Europe when me and Elizabeth were there that were like stop women trafficking and everything, or like beware of women traffickers. So I would never let Elizabeth out my side because I'm like,
Oh yeah.
the last thing I want is to turn around and she's not there and she's gone forever. And I'm like, oh no,
Yeah, I think she was doing the same for you.
right?
Wants to make sure you weren't gone.
Well,
Women
I mean,
traffickers.
Yeah, my fair complexion, I do get mistaken for women very often.
It's the bearded lady.
So at the billboards, that reminds me of another set of billboards that I think are hilarious. So on your way to Provo, there's a billboard that's like breast augmentation, and then right behind it, so it's all about
Enlarging,
too small? That it doesn't have to stay that way.
Yeah, there's
And
a
then-
woman who has like a tape measure around her chest, and it's like supposedly really small.
She definitely does not look happy.
Yeah, she does not at all.
And then the very next billboard right behind it says, "I enjoy back pain," says no one ever. Oh,
It's like,
breasts too small? There's the
there's
fix.
it.
Breasts too big?
Too bad.
I guess you shouldn't have paid attention to the first billboard.
It didn't vibrate.
Yeah, so that's kind of a crazy billboard.
Those are fun. We already talked about Pluralsight ones, but they had to change it.
What was the new one?
Our Kool-Aid is better than your
Oh
Kool-Aid.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I missed.
Where
the old
is
one.
that? You said it's on the freeway, right?
Yeah, it's like right before the 5500 South exit. There's it's right before the 45th 4500 South
Yeah.
Exit. There's a
that's right.
bridge. It's right
on the
before a
side.
bridge. It's on the right side.
There's
It's
some
when you're
hedges.
heading
Oh, it's
home.
before you actually get on the freeway?
No, you're
No.
on the freeway.
So
I pass it every day
Yes,
there.
yeah, you
do.
do.
I
Okay,
know.
so there's
It's
going to be a
orange.
bridge. It's
Almost-
right before the bridge.
It has like the vivid color scheme, but opposite.
Huh.
Like where the orange is,
Yeah.
the white is.
Well, I'll forget to look for it tomorrow. So
Do so.
Do so, please.
Please.
Forget.
Forget again.
But yeah, on my way home from work, like especially, no, that was terrible. But anyways, I was coming home from work, okay, and there was like the boxes and stuff on the side of the curb, and there was just a bunch of different stuff, and then they had this free sign, and so I just to be a dick, I just like hop out and I just took the free sign and like ran away with it, and,
which
like,
is
just
awesome
drove
because
back.
anyone the next day is like, oh, all our stuff. What the? That bastard!
It's like everything's still here, but it's free. Oh, there's our sign is gone.
Someone just like, why is everything still here? And someone took the sign.
We didn't mean the sign was free.
Yeah.
It says free sign. It just says
Just said
free.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is a free sign.
Yeah.
More than it's the one, but I took it home, and then I didn't really have anything to do with it. So, being the rambunctious kid that I am, I just ran out and stuck it next to like some guy's barbecue that they had like outside, and then just like ran back. And then I just like I thought I was pretty sure that no one was out because it was late at night, and like I ran like this mixed pattern back to like our door, so no one could like know where I was coming
Track
from.
him.
Track me, because I was like still pretty scared.
Could you imagine if that like was gone and the next billboards we saw was missing barbecue?
Yeah.
Like
There's
the
all these
barbecue.
signs.
Or like you see someone out there like that with like the cops. That man was trying to steal my barbecue. It said it was free.
Awesome. Anyways,
But we went to Daniel's wedding, and then on the way back, we were climbing up the stairs, and there was just this bag kind of like in the middle of our porch, and on our porch there's just like an entrance to the other apartment, and then the entrance to our apartment. So it was like right in the middle. And so I was just kind of like weirded out by it, and so I started just like grabbing it like
Yeah.
instinctually, like
if you
"What is
expect
this?"
it to be someone else's, you'd put it closer to their door. But
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
perfectly in the middle.
center.
And so I'm like grabbing it, and it's like it's kind of rubbery, but I almost feel like it's bones. And as I'm like touching the bag, it shifts, and like this feather like pops out of the bag, and so Levi and I are just like, "Whoa, are there birds?" And like he didn't know I had done the
sign,
side thing, so
yeah.
like my immediate thought was like, I think someone's like trying to retaliate against me, like this is like a hate crime or something.
And the fact that you said, "Is this a hate crime?" I was like, "The hell does he mean?" It's birds, like it's weird, but like hate crime against what? Is it because the birds are black? What's going on?
and so I was just like, I was really creeped out about it. Like I didn't know how the birds got in the bag. I wanted to know like if someone was like suffocating like birds. In bags or something like that. Yeah, like because I thought they were like trying to get back at me, so I thought they were like sending me a message, like you know, like
mess
with our
us and
barbecue.
you're gonna suffocate.
Yeah,
Gonna sleep with the birdies this time.
yeah. We'll clip your wings. And so that's going on in my head. Levi's just probably like, yeah, they're birds. It's kind of weird.
I was like,
I
let's
get
just
it.
leave it there
Yeah.
till tomorrow and see if they're gone.
And I'm like, we should maybe throw those out. Like, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to just leave it there. And I'm like, I need to get to the bottom of this. And so I'm here with like, I got a glove on and I got
From
a
the wedding.
plastic bag over it, and I'm just out there, just like touching it, and like for whatever reason, I didn't like really want to like go in and like grab one out, and so I was just trying to shift it to like see if I could see one of their heads. And I couldn't see any heads, and so I didn't know what it was, and so finally I just had to do that, and I just like pulled it out, and it's like.
Wow. We
That
don't
was
need
more
sound
than
effects,
I
man.
needed to understand how gross this was.
If I had to do it, everyone who
You're the
listens
one who
had
put the
to.
free sign on there.
But I pull it out and I just see that it's a duck. And what made it more weird?
What the duck?
Nice. I see what you did there.
But no, yeah, the duck. Anyways, I see that it's a duck, and I wouldn't have even thought it was like from duck hunting. Had something else that happened to me, but like on like Thursday, one of my coworkers invited me to go duck hunting, and so we were talking about duck hunting, and so when I saw this duck, it immediately brought me back to that, and so I'm like,
it's probably
from, like, duck hunting, and so I put it back, and I was like, it would have been bad if I would have thrown that away.
Yeah.
and so I just ended up coming in and like, Levi, it was duck hunting. They went duck hunting. It's just ducks. I'm like, it's not a hate crime.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well, I ended up writing a note like, you almost gave me a mini heart attack. I was very disturbed to see birds just like laying out here, but like, good job duck hunting. And so I like stuck it under the bag on Saturday. Well, Sunday morning, sort of, but Sunday night.
1 in the morning. Yeah.
So like, I stuck it under the bag, and then I just like, we came in and I watched some TV and went to bed. And then I remember waking up to like knocking on the door, and I just quickly get dressed, and then I like come run out. Levi's there, like with his hand over his mouth and just like laughing it up, like
this was fun for you guys.
But so Alan, on the other hand, was outside the door.
I'd come to meet up with the guys, and I knock on the door, and when I knock on the door, the people across from them come out, and they're like, "Oh, so did we give you a mini heart attack or a mini heart attack?" And I'm like, well, no, not really. You just kind of opened the door. I don't know why I would have a mini heart attack from that, but I was just like, no, you're good. And everything's like, oh, okay, well, we're sorry about that. We'll just...
He's like, I didn't want it in the house.
Yeah, I just didn't want it in the house. And I'm like, okay.
I'm like, did you fart or something?
I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, sure. What? I was like, okay,
and
well,
Levi inside,
have a good day. And I'm
so
like,
hard.
come on, Levi, open the freaking door. Why are you taking so long?
It's because I was finishing a text when you knocked. So I was like, I'll just finish this up and answer the door. And then I hear the other door open, and I hear the question, and then I heard your response, and then he started saying like, I'm sorry that I left it out. So I was like, oh my gosh. And so I ran up to the door and was just watching the whole thing. And then Aaron came out and was like, oh, dude. And I was like, I got to tell you. And I waited until there was a lull in the awkward conversation to unlock the door.
Yeah, it was very awkward. I had no idea what was going on.
Because Alan had
None
no
idea. I'm just like sitting there going like, this guy's weirding me out. I don't know what's going
That's
on.
Our neighbors, dude. They weird me out.
Those are my favorite things, though, is that when you're like double talking because you don't know about a situation, and so one person's thinking they're talking about this when you're talking about something completely different. Those are my best.
Priceless.
Awesome. I don't even know if he still knows that I didn't know.
Yeah, he probably still. He's like, wrong roommate. And probably when I opened the door, he's like, oh, that was the guy.
Just he's giving universal answers. So
well, I thought it was weird too, because once they told me the story, I was like, well, I was knocking on the door, so I'm like, I don't think I live here, or else I would be like using a key trying to get in. And yeah. I'm like, he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just don't understand why he thought I lived there when I was knocking on the door trying to get in.
We're brothers, Alan. We look exactly
Oh, if they were Daniel, maybe Aaron, but no, not you.
You guys don't look that much alike anymore.
It's somewhat the glasses. No. And the hair, but yeah. we do look kind of different. But we still look enough. People
when
know.
They both have their glasses off and like they have their hair slicked back and he doesn't have the beard.
Yeah, we look very similar.
Maybe that's why you never shave.
No, I'm just lazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I really. Well, it's because I started.
Okay
yeah, but I mean, I don't. This is about as far as they grow it out. I'm gonna shave it tonight, but. My problem is I got electric razors and
shave it or trim it?
Shave it, like I'm just gonna shave it. I got them for the convenience because I was really tired of having to buy razors all the time. But I hate using them because they take so long to shave with. Like with a nice disposable razor, I could be done in like 5 minutes. But with an electric razor, I have to at least be there for like 15 minutes shaving in order to get a nice even shave. Like it's not even a close shave; it's only to get even everywhere.
When you shave, do you just go down? Do you not go up? Like if you were using a disposable razor?
No, with the disposable razor, I would go up too.
Okay.
Like I would get good shaves with the disposable. I would get good shaves with the disposable razor. I just was like really frustrated with having to keep buying them because I would like buy them, and then it was back when I was doing ballroom and I was at home a lot, so I wanted to get something that were portable, and an electric razor was a lot better for portability.
Yeah.
But now that I've bought in a few, and like one of them broken now, so I can't use it, and the other one's kind of getting on its last limb, so I might switch back. But
I think I got jaded because the first time that I started to shave, I got the Gillette one that had the 3 blades, and it was like 3 blades. This is awesome. And then it goes 4 blades, and then 5 blades, and so I've always been too scared to go down to 2 blades.
You know what's funny? I can't use 5 blades. I have to use 2 blades.
Really?
Yeah, because I cut myself way too much with 5 blades.
What? I'm scared I'd cut myself with 2.
For some reason, with 2 blades, I don't get cut at all. Like I do better with like those weird 2-bladed ones, more so than like I used to have the like Gillette Power one with 5 blades on it.
Yeah.
And I would get cuts everywhere. I don't know why.
I use the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't dismiss me. I shave too.
Oh, we're sorry, Eric. How long has that beard been growing? How many days? Like 4 maybe?
Since Wednesday night.
Anyway, that was cool.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
I remember before the wedding, like, we weren't doing weddings.
Dang it.
Well, it's kind of.
It's before.
It was
like
before.
No,
it was just Azure was talking to like my mom, and my mom was helping her like spell like different names. So she like wrote "I love," and then she was writing all the people she loved and everything. And so my mom was helping her write Daniel and everything. And then like after she got done writing Daniel, she was just like, you know what? I think Daniel really is the right man for my mom. And then my mom's like, why? And she's like, well, they're both creative, and then they both have E's and L's in their names.
That's awesome.
I'm like,
that's all
big
it,
from a little
That's all it
kid.
takes. Yeah,
that's all it takes. Yeah, that's all there is.
There's
to
the approval right there.
That's all there is to it. If you have at least 2 matching letters,
and you're both creative,
compatible,
or if you
thing.
both have one thing that's a similar.
Oh man, both people that I'm texting, we share letters,
and you both have interests.
Boom. We're interested.
What if you share more than 2 letters?
I don't know. I share 2 letters, but I have 2 of one of the letters I share.
Because Elizabeth has
L and A. And I have 2 A's.
Oh yeah, that's right, you do.
So
that's weird. Okay.
Hey,
well, yeah. I mean,
she could be onto something.
It's been working so far.
Dan, A.D., Dan and Ida.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Gosh. It's almost like names kind of require some vowels in there. I don't know.
It's always a vowel and a consonant. Isn't that a little weird?
Why didn't anyone notice this oversight before?
We'll call this the Azure Law.
Oh, it's going to be hard for Azure. It's going to have to probably be AR. Because I doubt if it's
or an E. Oh, wait, that's right. It's just AZUR.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be surprised if it's ZU.
Lucifer. I think she would get along very nice with the Lucifer.
Wow.
Oh, yes. Yes. Daniel would agree.
I don't think you'd go that far.
So it depends on the night that you would ask him.
She's not that bad. She's 5.
Yeah.
Cut her some slack.
She's a hilarious
She's 5 and from a broken home.
Ow.
You didn't act up, Levi?
I was 5 when it happened.
And he didn't act up?
I have no idea. Don Friesen puts a joke about that where he's like, parents that spank their kids say they spank them because they love them. And I grew up in a very loving household.
Oh my God.
Even the neighbors loved us.
Wow. Crazy stuff.
Well, I noticed at the wedding, particularly.
Yeah, see, it's not just me with the problem, it's
Particularly.
Well, that was a difficult word.
particularly.
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 That's pretty cool.
Particle lily.
That's a pretty awesome.
Maybe. Particularly.
Anyway, particularly at the wedding.
Yes, I have, and I always knew it because I used it in high school too. But I have like my salesman voice. When I want to say something, I'll just kind of like, and that's where that came from. Like I'll just kind of you lean in and you like raise the eyebrow and you're like, never try forcing love.
That's right. You do that.
Yeah,
I love being able to use a deep voice for the microphone. That was awesome.
Yeah, it sounded like
you sounded
job.
too smooth jazzy to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
It didn't sound MC enough.
This has been FM 100.3.
My God. No.
Let me take you all back to a smooth. I don't know, smooth listening. I was just saying. No, I was just saying that like, if you did have a job doing that, I could see you having a job doing that.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Because you did have the kind
Of course,
voice
if
to
he had
fit
a
it.
job doing that, you could see him doing that. I wouldn't see him doing something else if he had a job doing that, right? I'm pretty sure that's what I'd be seeing him doing.
That job.
Yeah.
If you had a job doing a male prostitute, I'd probably believe you were a male prostitute.
That's exactly how it sounded like. No, it was a good
People
voice.
on our video game
The,
thought you were, right?
Yeah.
That was so funny.
A lot of people, because we would always be playing
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14 with our guild, and then I'd be like, "Well, I got to go to work." And they're like, "What? It's like 9 o'clock. What are you doing this late?" And they're like, "I know he's a stripper."
And we never told them otherwise.
And I just ran with it.
It's like every time he went to go, they're like, "Oh, how are
I
they paying at the
was
club?"
like, I do touch a lot of packages.
Nice.
That's cool.
Oh, you gotta love those puns.
Yeah.
I think we're the best at puns.
I enjoy hearing them. I don't really come up with any.
Me and you come up with a good. You come up with more than me, but we come up with a good amount.
It's
I mean, we had one on this podcast already.
I'm telling you, my favorite things were Dace and Colston. Every time that we would
Every
say
time we'd
something
say
like
something,
that,
they'd
it
go,
was just always dumb.
That's stupid.
And they'd laugh their asses off. I loved it. Like, that's so dumb.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that's how I'm sure we were when we were teenagers as well.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
they don't want to acknowledge our
Our awesomeness.
superior,
Superior intellect and
wit.
and wit. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, that is
Oh wait, no, I had one other one.
not everything.
Okay, so I've always wondered this. I don't know if we've talked about this one yet. You know how so serial killers will always have
I like it.
a specific like reason they're killing someone or a call sign or something that they've always wanted, like some reason that they're killing these large amount of people.
According
So
to the TV shows, yes.
well, no, even real serial killers, there's always like something to it. It's not necessarily as dramatic as TV shows make it, but there's always like some reason.
Okay.
So if you guys ever became a serial killer, what do you think your like reasoning for killing someone would be, or your call sign would be?
I guess my call sign would be a dead body.
Well then,
That's a little overused, I think.
elaborate. Is there something this dead body would have that's particular to another dead body?
No life.
How's that any different from another dead body?
No, you asked us what was saved.
Well, yeah. You said, is there anything it would have in common with another dead body?
It wouldn't have in common.
Oh, would it?
Oh, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Had with another dead body.
Depends on how it died.
How long ago it died? No, okay, but like I get the question. Let me think.
I had a.
If I had a reason or a calling, I think I would have to have a calling because like a calling card thing. Because I don't really have a reason.
Well, it does not necessarily even a reason either, but like a
Just
certain
what would be a
MO.
cool reason?
Yeah.
MO?
So like here, I'll give you.
Oh, like how would you kill
Well,
them?
not necessarily how, but like how you would choose them. So I had two.
Oh.
My first one just comes kind of more out of frustration than anything.
This is
So-
actually kind of disturbing.
No, this is more
More disturbing
joking.
than dead
So-
birds.
Yeah, at least we're only talking hypothetical here. You know.
Yeah.
Not actually. No. So like.
For now.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know how people out there are like can be really inconsiderate, right?
Yes.
Like there's some people who are just extremely inconsiderate. So like today when we as I was dropping Elizabeth off after we had breakfast, there's these two guys who had taken both their trucks and parked them blocking the whole way through our apartment complex. And you know how our apartment complex is basically a street you go through and then you can park. They had literally blocked the entire way. No one could go around them. All because they're transferring one item from one truck bed to another. There's two spots on either side of the other truck bed. They could have parked right next to each other and then just moved it over that way. But no, they had to do it back to back, blocking the entire lane.
It might have been heavy.
Right? It wasn't. It was a coffee table. A single coffee table.
What
And
kind of
there's
wood?
four guys. Four big guys, okay? If they can't lift a simple coffee table between the four of them, it's got to be made out of titanium. That's all I'm going to say.
Titanium's kind of light.
For
something
Kevin's
really
sakes,
heavy.
though,
Lead.
if they're driving trucks, they better be prepared to man up. Just
Ah.
I mean, it's not like there's enough parking spaces too to the one side of the road that they could have parked and taken like 12 parking spots and parked that way and not blocked the road because it was just one thing and they could have done it real fast and left and it wouldn't have hurt people trying to park because there's a ton of parking spots around. But they decided to block it off entirely from anyone getting through. And so I'm like, one of my things would be like if I'm just like walking around town or I'm sitting there and I see something this inconsiderate, I would just follow them home and that would be the person I would kill. And then no one would ever know, like, why did he kill this person? Like, is it because he had a truck or what's going on?
How
And
would
so
they
all
ever be able to
they
be
would
like,
never-
this is his MO?
and then the other MO I had, which was more of a fun thing on a ride from home. From
Fun
tracks.
thing about
that
why I would kill people.
No. So like I used to ride home very late on tracks when I was in
Stage.
yeah. And there would always be like one or two people left on the train and everything. And like every once in a while, like I'd be just kind of looking around the train and I'd meet someone's eyes and everything.
I could kill
And
him.
then we would look away because it's weird that we met each other's eyes. But then I'm like, what if there's a serial killer that would just like ride these last trains and then look around, and then when they met someone's eye, they would just follow them home and kill them for some reason,
Jeez, man, what do you think about?
I am a writer. I think of things. Yes, I want to go kill
Writer.
people who I meet their eyes at the
See?
last train.
Plus-
That's what I believed.
Plus, like to catch a killer, you gotta think like a killer. So
So
I think it's worth it to think like a killer.
he's
if you
just
wanna,
honing
like-
his
if you
catch
want-
killerness.
Yeah, or
Well-
if you like want to write about a killer and how they think, you kind of want to
Even if I didn't think killing was absolutely horrendously wrong, I would never do it just in the simple fact that it's so much work. Odds of getting caught are decently high, and there's no point to it because unless it's someone I know really regularly, that by killing them it's going to change my life drastically. There's no need to do it. Like these people who I'd make eye contact with at the end of the train, unless I was a psychopath who had some incessant need to kill people, it's not going to change my life whether I kill these people or not.
See,
So why would I do it?
for me, I think how I would kill, because I'm like impressionable. I would do it like how Dexter did it, because like he's the most successful murderer I've ever seen.
But that's
like,
fiction, Aaron.
I know that's fiction, but like it's kind of smart. You wrap them up in plastic, and so that they don't bleed over anything, and you coat the room in plastic, and then you like chop them up and throw them in like the sea. Like, I mean, it's pretty easy.
Kind of cut and dry.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Levi?
Mine would probably be just subtle. Like, I wouldn't want them to face any other direction than whatever direction, like, the first one would be. I'd be like, no, the other one has to face like that, too.
So, basically,
You're a monster.
You would kill random people, and then you just make sure they
You
face
didn't
the same
say
way.
your MO and your calling card. Just one or the other. I don't know why I would ever choose to kill someone.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be a serial killer, there's got, like, a calling card would...
I would just leave some Cheerios at the
Cheerios.
crib.
The Cheerio killer.
Leading up
Cheerio!
Yes, I'll leave Cheerios that lead up to their house and the path that it takes to find them.
The Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
The H&G killer.
Yeah.
This is messed up.
It is. No, like, I only bring it up because it's just, like, you see all these people who, like, kill for, like, all these reasons, and it's, like, what kind of reason do you think you would end up killing for? Or, like, what would be something that you would see similarly, like, happen every time you killed someone? But,
And would you kill single persons, or would you do, like, mass killings?
I mean, if I'm gonna, depending on which MO I choose, like, if it was the second one where the people are just being inconsiderate, then that'd be mass killings, because so many people are inconsiderate in this world.
So you see yourself as a hero.
Yeah, it'd be vigilante work, but I'd be psychotic, so I'd be killing people. So,
Alan would go to, like, a movie theater. For, like,
and then I see someone on their cell phone, I follow them, and then that's
From the moment your cell phone came out, the movie was ruined. I didn't watch anything else.
Dare you? Just stared at you. There it is again.
That would probably be your kind
And
of thing,
there
too.
it is again.
If you were that upset by, like, inconsiderate, when they die, you would probably make sure they knew why they were being killed by you.
Oh yeah, it'd be like,
Dexter.
hello, good sir.
Oh, does he do that?
He kind of shows them the people that they've murdered, because he only kills murderers, and so he's like, "This is why I'm killing you, because you've murdered these people."
I just
And
feel
so
like
Alan it seems like a lot more petty.
no.
This is
why
a
I'm
picture of
killing you.
you on
No,
your
no,
phone.
not
in the
even, not
movie
even, not
theater.
even. Here's how I do it in that situation. You know, kind of like
No.
tie him up or something, and then I'd be getting ready to kill him, and then go, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
I pull out my cell phone and look up on my cell phone some
That's
stuff,
what I
and then
was
put
gonna
it
say.
away and go, okay, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt you
That's
in the
quite
middle of your killing.
inconsiderate.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was gonna do it too, Alan. I was gonna be like, have someone pretend to call you, and just be like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm doing that right now." Okay,
No, you hang up.
No, I'll kill you first.
It's like, I'm sorry. Did my phone call interrupt
interrupt
your
your killing?
killing? Or like
Could you imagine if he would end up saying something like Red vs. Blue? Getting bored.
Yeah, that I would
Getting
want that to be
bored.
my calling card, where like I would leave a pun at every crime scene.
What?
Like leave a pun
Leave a
at
pun there.
at every
A
crime
pun?
scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard a pawn, and I'm like, a chess piece? What?
I guess T-Mobile won't need to buy out this contract.
Oh,
gosh. All right, sweet. Well, that was awesome.
I guess there were some hidden fees.
He got it. Okay, so that was the
WerePanda,
Podcast.
Oh, I'm Levi.
Alan.
And Aaron.
There we go. Okay, good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was
Parting
good.
note: we will not kill people.
Yeah, we don't kill people. We just talk about